Today's episode is going to be a bit of a curveball, and that is because we'll be changing up the formula this time. And what I mean by that is, we've been making music for the past month, which is great, but it's got a bit repetitive. And I don't want to make things repetitive, I want to make things new and always on point. So, in today's episode, we'll be doing something totally different.
ምንም ድብብቅ አያስፈልግም እውነቱን ለመናገር. Let me tell you guys why I'm actually doing something different this episode.
Since the very beginning of my YouTube career, all I wanted to do was to make videos that make me happy and in turn would entertain you guys. Now, making me happy part was rather easy because I wasn't chasing views, I wasn't chasing clout, I wasn't even chasing a paycheck that seems probably impossible to get here in Ethiopia. But the make it entertaining for you guys was the hard part. And I know that I have went through a lot to at least make it semi-entertaining. I'm not bashing my content, but I'm just saying it took me a while to understand what people would hopefully like. But even then, I didn't find my happy place with it. And throughout working on this YouTube channel and trying to find my place and trying to find something that other people haven't done yet or haven't done it as good as I did to entertain you guys, it all started to feel more and more like a chore rather than something that I would do as a hobby or something that I would do for fun. And that brings us to today, 6 episodes into Lansellon Unlisted, a mini-series that I'm doing just to fill this channel with content interesting enough to keep you attentive, but not so complicated that would give me enough time to work on my big project that I'm hoping to release later this year.
So the question of the day goes something like this: what can I do on this YouTube channel that is entertaining to you guys to watch, but at the same time it is enjoyable and not so repetitive seeming to me to do on a very consistent basis? This might now seem rather simple, but I'll tell you right now, it is more difficult than you could ever possibly think of it to be.
But how rude of me, I didn't even introduce myself. Hi, what's good? My name is Lansellon and welcome to episode 6 of Lansellon Unlisted, where I try to find the meaning of life in YouTube.
I started this video with the hopes of being experimental with my content and trying new things aside from music, but I ended up just feeling lost once I took out the main core idea of the whole channel. It's like as if not only this YouTube channel, but my whole personality even revolves around music at this current time. Now, I'm not saying that music is a bad thing. Rather, I'm talking about the exact opposite. I'm saying that music is such a craft that takes many years to perfect and to get used to and get the hang of, that it took so much of my time and my mind that I couldn't see past it to the other potential things out there that I could attain in the meanwhile. To look for inspiration on what to do next, I decided to go through my old notebooks where I wrote my ideas and raps and to see if anything stuck out. And that is when I discovered this hidden gem of an idea.
Well, technically speaking, it's more of a realization than that of an idea. The realization being what I have tried to do in this video. I tried to change how I present the content rather than changing the subject of the content. Like, this hit me literally at the last minute, that it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you like it, and if you want to cater it to the people that you want to send it to, it's best to serve it as they best intend to consume it. I hope I'm making sense, and I hope I will implement this more, and I hope after this long pause of having this huge creative block of not knowing what to do next and just stressing out on what is better for the channel and for the content in general, this would be a great start for a new thing, I hope. So yeah, let's continue. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is not to say that we don't have something to do this episode, because I just figured out something out. So as you guys know, I do rap. I am a rapper. And what do rappers do best? They write rhymes. And what better thing to write rhymes on than these? These are my trusty notebooks. And these 5 notebooks right here, I've written more raps than I have released, and I think today is a good day to breathe life into these rhymes. But before anything, as this video is really too long overdue, we need to answer one question. Which one out of all of these are we going to revive today? Thankfully, the matter was not that big of a deal, and I was able to narrow it down to two main choices fairly quickly. From the two choices, I chose this untitled rap from a year ago, and yeah, I like the vibe of it. I like the cheeky wordplay that I threw here and there. I think I'm gonna use it. Besides that, let's make a beat.
But before that, معلنا.
Listen, من مثلا شو wanna you know like how you have demo songs that you've been working on for a while because you just leave them to be and then you come back to them later in life and just reflect back to them. You're like, oh, I could have released this, or oh, I could have followed this through and make it into a song. Well, the lyrics that I chose were actually part of an actual song which I have the recordings of from a year ago. So this is really good because I can build through the vocals that have been already recorded, and because surprisingly the tempo of the beat that I've made and the tempo of the song that was supposed to be made with the vocals that I recorded a year ago were sort of similar, it is going to be really easy to work this out. So this is sort of a miracle. Things are turning in our favor, and yeah, I think this is a really good opportunity.
One eternity later.
So this is what the full song looks like in all its glory, and I gotta say, this whole thing is the literal embodiment of simplicity is key plus a few elements of a really nice drop at the very end. Now, to talk about the elements of this song, it's really not that complicated, to be honest. It's just a 4-chord progression, simple boom bap inspired drums, and just some break part at the very end. Now, starting with the chord progression, it sounds something like this. I made it using Analog Lab, and I also later layered it with the same progression, just pitched an octave higher. And after that, I decided to make things a bit more interesting, so I decided to reverse the pitched part, the pitched progression, and layer it on top of the original one so that it would have more of a groove and more of bounce to it. Next up, we got the drums, which sound something like this. And lastly, we got this melodic element, which is just a combination of the arpeggiated MIDI for the chords that I used in the first part, and just a new counter melody that is being introduced at the very end. As you guys can hear, this whole thing is really highly processed, which I think also gives it some type of charm to it. Aside from that, it's just a matter of adding more ambience and atmospheric elements, risers and crashes, some things that you're only gonna notice when you hear the beat and when you hear the song. And lastly, it is the recording from a year ago, and it sounds something like this, now with the whole processing on it.
The king of heavens, I'm the kid of 97, born calm in a storm, and I'ma teach y'all a lesson, so listen.
Well, I still got a long way to go when it comes to mixing vocals. This is literally my very second time mixing vocals on this channel, or ever. So this is something that I'll still try and work on, but for now, I feel like this is quite enough.
Okay, I've been stalling for long enough. Let's hear the final results.
He the king of heavens, I'm the kid of 97, born calm in a storm, and I'ma teach y'all a lesson, so listen. Cause y'all like discipline, like Judas and 11, but it's 30 bottom nothing, and I'm praying for my brethren. He praying cause conviction, my story seems fiction, and through Jesus salvation, I look at his message. It's more than conviction, it's more than I'll mention, and speak with your actions. I preach to the masses, teaching in classes, taking my chances, you know I'm advancing. 2405, I'm the kid of 97, yeah. Too many lies, and I ain't caught tripping, yeah.
You might be wondering right now, isn't the video over yet? Well, not quite, because I still haven't talked to you guys about some main things. One being, this song that I just remade was an actual song that me and my buddy Sasuke were working on for a while back in 2022. It was a song that is supposed to be like my birthday gifts for myself, but also at the same time it was supposed to have a really good meaningful message, but it never got, carried out to the full extent. And yeah, me being able now to recreate it is such a surreal moment. And Sauce, if you're watching this, just shout out to you, my boy. Like you guided me through learning FL Studio and stuff, and now I'm here remaking our song, which is something I didn't expect to do this early, but yeah, I've done it. I hope you're proud. Aside from that, as I've shown you earlier, I have plethora of notebooks with plethora of lyrics, with plethora of already recorded demo songs probably out there, or my original songs that I've already put out. So if you guys want me to turn this into a series here on Lansellon Unlisted, where I turn my old songs or my demo songs into actual remixes by myself, then tell me so. Comment down below that I should do more of these. And with that said, thank you so much for my loyal friends at this point. You guys, the whole audience is not big enough to be called a fan base. Matter of fact, this is more of a friend group with strangers on the internet, which sort of sounds weird, but social media, so who cares? So thank you so much, and thank you for the support. If you made it this far in the video, then comment. What should you comment? How would I know that you guys made it here? Yeah, comment this. Comment the Kid of 97. Yeah, do that. That is not really creative, as the song literally is 2405 Kid of 97. By the way, should I release that thing? By the way, the video is already over, so if you want to click off, you can. But from our friends, my loyal ones, look, actually want to know. I haven't realized this up until this point, but like, bro, this is actually fit. I just put together a black turtleneck that I had and my dad's old coat, and bro, it looks so good. And shout out to puberty and shout out to my growth, because now I have filled up all the sides. It doesn't even look like it's from my dad's closet. This is a fit. Like I'm gonna need to wear this more often. So yeah, it's a good discovery.